SHOT Show 2026 just dropped, and the new guns aren't just upgrades, they're statements. We're talking folding carbines that pack into a backpack, compensated carry pistols that shoot flat as race guns, and rimfires built to train like duty weapons. This isn't about hype, it's about real performance that shooters can feel the first time they pull the trigger. Whether you're into compact power, precision, or pure innovation, these are the standouts you'll actually want to run. Subscribe to Firearm Standard, where every review is hands-on, every claim gets tested, and the truth always kicks harder than the marketing. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield X. The Shield X is the modern compact carry answer for shooters who want a minimal footprint without giving up capacity or red dot capability. The deeper beaver tail and improved ergonomics reduce slide bite and help shooters get a higher, more consistent grip. That translates directly into reduced muzzle flip and faster follow-ups in the close fight. Optics-ready design as a factory feature removes a common field headache, plate misfit, and slide stress from aftermarket cuts. MSRP, $599. How it shoots and how to use it. The Shield X is built around predictable, low-profile carry. Expect controllable recoil and a sight picture that benefits greatly from a micro red dot, especially with the slightly extended sight radius compared with subcompact designs. Verify magazine fit and lockup for both 13 and 15-round options, and confirm holster compatibility with optic footprint if you intend to run a red dot. Maintenance and armorer notes. Inspect slide rails, chassis, and barrel hood fit. Compact high-round cycling can show wear faster on smaller slides. Maintain spare magazines in rotation to detect spring fatigue, and torque the optic plate to manufacturer spec and recheck after the first 100 rounds. For everyday carriers who want a simple, capable package that accepts modern red dots and doesn't force a sacrifice in capacity, the M&P Shield X is a pragmatic, low-dramatic carry tool. Retay Arms RXP22. The RXP22 is a low-cost rimfire pistol built to mirror centerfire ergonomics for affordable, high-volume practice. The combination of a 70-75 upper and polymer lower keeps weight low while preserving a solid slide-to-frame interface. The threaded 4-inch tube gives you an edge for subsonic work or moderator fitting, which is the main attraction for people looking to practice suppressed shooting without centerfire expense. As a hammer-fire double-action, single-action platform, it also forces deliberate trigger mechanics that map well to older DA/SA centerfire manuals of arms. MSRP, approximately $279. Practical handling notes. Expect light recoil and fast follow-ups when fed quality subsonic or standard 22 long rifle loads. Acceptance testing should include magazine cycling checks with all 3 supplied capacities, a 200-round function run across 2 ammo types, standard velocity and subsonic, and a 5-shot group at 25 yards to document POI with and without a moderator installed. Verify hammer trigger geometry for consistent reset and safe decocker or hammer block function where applicable. Maintenance and armorer tips. Rimfire pistols are ammo-sensitive. Clean the chamber and feed ramp regularly and inspect the extractor and firing pin recess for lead buildup. Keep spare magazines in service rotation to detect spring fatigue early. For trainers on a budget, the RXP22 is a practical, suppressor-ready rimfire that gives useful repetitions while preserving centerfire skills. Shadow Systems CR920XL. The CR920XL stretches a compact frame to gain sight radius and barrel length without turning fully into a full-size pistol. That trade-off buys measurable gains in practical accuracy and recoil management while keeping a relatively compact footprint for carry. The optics-ready slide and match-grade barrel are aimed at shooters who want a duty-capable micro-red dot setup and a controllable muzzle impulse for fast follow-ups in the 7 to 15-yard fight space. Factory 15+1 flush fit stated for comparable options. MSRP, $829,975. Practical handling notes. Expect a neutral grip angle, crisp slide-to-frame fit, and a fairly flat recoil impulse for a 9mm platform when bullets are light and follow-ups matter. Test protocol. Run a 200-round function test over 3 ammo types you plan to carry. Confirm magazine lockup and slide-to-frame clearance with an optic mounted. Check suppressor height sight geometry if you plan to run a comp or can on the 4.1-inch tube. Comp installation can shift point of impact and require a fresh zero. Maintenance and armorer tips. Preserve slide serrations and optic plate torque specs. Shadow's optics cuts are usually standard, but verify plate fit to avoid stress on the slide. If you field multiple pistols, standardize magazines, and document any shooter-specific backstrap or sight offsets to speed issue in training. The CR920XL is a carry-forward design for shooters who want compact concealment without giving up practical performance. Tisas PX9 Carry Gen 3. The PX9 Carry Gen 3 is a value-focused compact designed for concealed carry. The 3.5-inch button-rifled barrel and optics-ready slide bring practical accuracy and red dot capability into a subcompact package. Interchangeable backstraps let you tailor grip circumference for different hands, which matters in a family issue or multi-shooter environment where a single platform serves several users. MSRP, $169. Practical handling notes. Expect a compact grip and a controllable muzzle impulse for a carry pistol in 9mm. Acceptance testing should include a 200-round break-in cycle with your chosen carry rounds, a magazine compatibility sweep, magazine fit is often a weak point on budget compacts, and a 5-shot grouping at 15 to 25 yards to confirm that point of aim aligns with sight or optic. Verify slide-to-frame fit and ensure serration geometry does not interfere with press checks or manipulations. Maintenance and armorer tips. Compact pistols can show rapid wear on feed ramps and magazine lips. Inspect those areas early and keep 2 service magazines per issued pistol. If you plan to mount an optic, confirm plate fit and red dot footprint before deploying. For concealed carriers on a budget, the PX9 Gen 3 offers modern features and a low entry price while delivering the basics needed for reliable daily carry. SIG Sauer P320 MOD. The P320 MOD is SIG's play for users who want a single chassis that flexes between off-duty, duty, and competition roles. The Polymer X Series grip module blends ergonomics with control, while the 2-port slide comp reduces muzzle rise, making fast follow-ups more achievable when paired with a micro red dot. Shipping 3 high-capacity magazines is a practical nod to users who plan to run extended drills or competition stages. MSRP, $899. Practical handling notes. The P320 serialized fire control core keeps armory traceability straightforward while allowing grip and slide swaps. The compensated slide reduces flip, but compensators also change gas dynamics and can affect ejection and recoil feel. Run thorough function checks with the exact magazines and ammunition you intend to deploy. Acceptance testing should include a 500-round break-in with duty and match loads, optics 0 verification after 100 rounds, and magazine compatibility checks across the 3 supplied magazines, plus any aftermarket options you plan to issue. Maintenance and armorer tips. Modular systems demand discipline. Track which slide and grip combos were function tested together and record 0 return after swaps. Compensated slides collect carbon and unburned powder in ports. Inspect and clean ports on a shortened schedule. If you want a single platform solution that scales from duty to competition, the P320 MOD's configurability and included accessory package make it a compelling, serviceable choice. Springfield Armory Echelon 4.0C Comp. The Echelon 4.0C Comp aims to marry carry concealability with practical accuracy gains. The compensated slide and ported barrel reduce muzzle rise in rapid strings, and the 4-inch match-grade tube pushes velocity compared with subcompact tubes while remaining comfortable for everyday carry. Optics readiness is factory cut, which simplifies deployment of micro red dots and reduces the risk of plate fit issues that can misalign slides when retrofitted off the shelf. MSRP, $750. Practical handling notes. Shooters will notice reduced flip and a more stable sight picture during follow-ups thanks to the compensator and slightly longer sight radius. Acceptance testing. Run a 200-round function test with carry-grade hollow points and range fodder, verify ejection and extraction, and run a 5-shot POI test at 25 yards with the chosen defensive load. If you plan to run a compensator and suppressor combo, check that slide comp geometry and sight heights clear co-witness and that the compensator torque does not shift point of impact. Maintenance and armorer tips. Ported slides collect combustion residue faster. Inspect and clean ports during routine maintenance. Verify optic plate torque to spec after the first 100 rounds and again after any hard use. For duty or carry users who want a controllable, optics-ready pistol that reads as compact on the draw, the Echelon 4.0C Comp is a practical mix of features for improved hit probability in close engagements. Smith & Wesson Model 940. The resurrected Model 940 is a deliberate niche play, a compact, stainless moonclip revolver that brings modern materials to a tried-and-true manual of arms. Moonclips make reloads faster than traditional speed loaders in close fight work and remove the need for rim grip manipulation under stress. The stainless build and short tube keep carry corrosion resistance high and pocket profile low, which matters for deep concealment while preserving a straightforward heavy-duty lockwork. MSRP $999. Practical handling notes. The 2.1-inch tube produces modest velocities, so expect point-of-aim shifts compared with longer barrel pistols. Train to the revolver sight picture and practice loading with moon clips until the motion is second nature. The double-action-only pull smooths the trigger brake into a consistent longer pull that some agencies favor for simple, safe carry doctrine. Acceptance testing should include a 200-round function run with the duty and practice loads you plan to carry, timing magazine-to-clip reloads, and a POI check at typical defensive distances to document any carry-related offsets. Maintenance and armorer tips: monitor cylinder gap and extractor starwear. Moon clip edges can nick and deform, so rotate clips in spares and inspect for burrs. For users who value mechanical simplicity, positive lockup, and a revolver manual that doesn't dance with modern striker-fired ergonomics, the Model 940 is a practical, service-oriented wheel gun. Smith & Wesson M&P FPC 22LR. The M&P FPC is a purpose-built rimfire carbine that mirrors centerfire ergonomics. That makes it excellent for training. Shooters can keep the same manual of arms, reload patterns, and sight picture without burning centerfire ammo. The 16.25-inch threaded tube gives a usable sight radius and decent velocity advantage over shorter rimfire tubes, and the ability to accept M&P 22X mags cuts logistics friction for users already running M&P rimfire gear. MSRP $549. The folding stock and integrated mag storage on the stock keep the package compact in transport and ready at the range. Expect low recoil and fast follow-ups with typical 22 loads. Still, verify magazine indexing and ejection patterns with the exact magazines you plan to field. Acceptance testing should include a 200-round run across 2 common 22 loads, magazine reliability runs for each stored mag, and a 5-shot POI check at typical engagement distances to document any shift introduced by the threaded moderator or optics. Maintenance and armorer tips: check feed ramp geometry and magazine lips for wear. 22 platforms can be sensitive to minor mag inconsistencies. Keep the threaded barrels protector and any moderator clean to maintain POI. For units or serious trainers, the M&P FPC is a practical, low-cost training carbine that maps direct skills to centerfire duty pistols. Palmetto State Armory ARV Saber. The ARV Saber brings a roller-delayed mitigation to buffer impulse in a compact 9mm carbine. The roller-delayed approach reduces bolt carrier speed and softens felt recoil relative to direct impingement blowback PCCs, which improves controllability during rapid strings. The 8-inch nitride threaded barrel and QD rail layout make this a platform built for accessories and suppressed use while keeping the overall package compact for CQB and carbine drills. MSRP $1,199. Practical handling notes: the AR ergonomic speed training transition for units already running AR pattern controls. Charging handle, safety, and mag release are familiar. Acceptance testing should include a 500-round break-in with duty and training 9mm loads, magazine compatibility sweeps, especially with extended or non-standard AR mags, and suppressed fire function checks if you plan to run a can. Confirm last-round bolt hold-open function with each magazine type in your inventory and verify extraction/ejection consistency across environmental conditions. Maintenance and armorer tips: roller-delayed systems have unique wear points. Inspect rollers and cam surfaces regularly and monitor bolt timing during initial service cycles. Use nitride-treated barrels and corrosion-resistant hardware to reduce routine upkeep, but carry spare extractor springs and a simple roller inspection gauge in your armorer kit. For teams wanting a controllable AR-handed 9mm carbine, the ARV Saber is a purposeful tool that tightens follow-ups and reduces shooter fatigue in sustained PCC drills. Thompson Center Encore. The Encore in a 50 Alaskan configuration is a specialty tool built around a single, ethical first-shot philosophy. It's not about volume, it's about putting the heaviest, most terminally effective projectile you can manage from a handgun chassis on target and doing it reliably. The break-action design eliminates complex feeding or timing systems, which gives you a mechanically simple platform that handles huge pressures without the magazine and bolt headaches of auto-loading designs in the same calibers. MSRP $959 USD, 1.044 USD. How it shoots and how to use it. Expect a stout recoil impulse and a distinct handling profile compared with pistols and carbines. Balance and cheek weld matter a lot with heavy projectiles. Set up a stable rest and train presentation from supported stances. Optic selection is critical. Choose a scope rated for high recoil and set mounts with proper recoil lug support. Acceptance testing should validate bore and chamber dimensions, perform a 5-shot function POI check with the exact hunting projectile you plan to use, and confirm that the muzzle device and scope mounts remain secure after these heavy rounds. Zero the optic with the intended slug and document drop energy at yard increments to plan ethical engagement distances. Maintenance and armorer notes. Inspect the locking hinge, extractor, and the barrel-to-frame headspace after heavy use. Carry spare scope mount hardware and torque specs. O-ring or bedding issues are less of a concern than structural integrity and consistent headspace in a break action under these loads. For hunters who need straightforward single-shot power from a handgun chassis, the Encore 50 Alaskan is a purpose-built option that favors decisive first hits and mechanical simplicity. Savage 110 Magpul Scout. The Savage 110 Magpul Scout translates the scout rifle idea into a modern, user-friendly package. The forward optics rail and moderate overall length make it a practical patrol or woods rifle for shooters who want fast target acquisition at short to moderate ranges. Savage's action and barrel quality tend to yield practical, repeatable accuracy without excessive weight, and the Magpul stock ergonomics keep the rifle comfortable on long watches. MSRP 1.099s. Practical handling notes. The Scout philosophy favors quick, pointable shots rather than long-range precision. That means train for suppressed follow-ups and practice running the rifle offhand and from improvised rests. The AICS-style detachable magazine simplifies logistics and speeds reloads compared with internal magazines. Confirm feed lip geometry and test with the exact mags you plan to issue. Acceptance testing should include a 5-shot confirmation group at your expected engagement distance and a 200-round function check across duty and training loads to verify feeding and ejection. Maintenance and armorer tips. Check for proper torque on the forward rail and optic mounts. Scout mounting changes can shift zero if not secured. Inspect the magazine well and follower for burrs and ensure the adjustable comb stays locked under recoil. For units that want a compact, mission-flexible bolt gun that prioritizes quick hits over match-grade ranges, the Savage 110 Magpul Scout makes practical sense. SHOT Show 2026 proved one thing. The firearms industry isn't just evolving, it's adapting to how people actually shoot. Every major brand showed up with gear that blends real-world practicality with modern tech. Optics-ready slides out of the box, threaded barrels that play nice with comps and cans, and modular chassis systems that make one gun serve 3 different roles. Whether you're after a budget-friendly rimfire for training, a compact compensated carry piece, or a big-bore single shot that hits like a freight train, this lineup had something built with purpose, not hype. What matters now isn't who makes the flashiest release. It's who delivers the gun you can trust when it's cold, dirty, and you're tired. If you value honest performance over marketing noise, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Firearm Standard, hit that like button, and stay locked in for more field-proven reviews, brutal gear tests, and no-nonsense breakdowns that separate what works from what just looks good.